Hello, this is the Ben Talk Sports Show. I am Ben.
This is Noah.
I know we expect to do this weekly, but we have a big news story that we weren't going to fit into a small reel. So at 4:16, Marcel Louis Jacques, I don't know how you pronounce it, but an ESPN reporter reported that Brian Flores will be suing the NFL along with three different teams for racism in hiring practices. So the three teams are the Dolphins, the Broncos, and the Giants. So with the Rooney Rule basically punishing teams or incentivizing teams to interview at least one minority candidate for head coaching and GM positions, everybody was not surprised when Flores was the candidate interviewed by these teams, with his success in Miami.
Yeah.
But of course, he had not been hired yet, and the Giants, one of the teams who interviewed him, moved forward with Brian DeBull. We commented on yesterday and in a previous reel. But what we did not know was that Bill Belichick had texted Brian Flores on accident, congratulating him for being hired by the New York Giants 3 days before Brian Flores was set to be interviewed. He then apologized and told Flores that he meant to type DeBull, meaning that the NFL's top coach knew that Brian DeBull would be hired by the Giants 3 days before they even interviewed the minority coach, meaning they did not technically pass the Rooney Rule, and more importantly, they only interviewed Flores to get a minority candidate out there. This says a lot because the NFL has been bragging that the Rooney Rule helps incentivize minority coaches, but as we see, it really doesn't. It's just all about when it's announced. And of course, Flores also mentions in his lawsuit, which is 58 pages long, that the Dolphins incentivized him to lose games, giving him $100,000 per loss in the year where they were famously tanking for Tua. They also basically threatened him and forced him into trying to recruit a, quote, prominent quarterback who Noah and many others.
It's just Sean Watson. Who we kidding?
Yeah, which would violate NFL's tampering rules. Obviously, he again had to refuse a meeting on a yacht with him. That was kind of forced, and he was of course fired in January of this year. By that I mean literally like 3 weeks ago. I don't know exactly why he's suing Denver.
Did they do the same thing?
Probably similar, although they still haven't. Oh yeah, they did. I found it.
What'd they do?
Elway, among others, showed up to the interview an hour late and hungover.
Oh my God.
I think that one's just Denver. Well, Denver's also trying to sell the team now, so I think that was just Denver not caring anymore. I don't know if that.
Well, that's obviously Elway not caring about the interview at all. So what does that show?
I think it shows they're selling the team anyway.
I'm
sure there's some racism in that organization because there's always racism at the top of these rich groups. But
I'm sure there is like hints of racism here, but I think it's more of the fact that they are. I don't think Flores is going to sue like stating this, but I think this is what's really happening. I think it's not so much as racism, more as they want to get the benefits of the Rooney Rule.
They do. And
it's not like, oh, hey, he's a minority, I don't want to hire him. It's more, hey, he's a minority, let's make some money. And
yeah. Now the Dolphins one is really interesting because that they're going to lose draft picks because the whole thing with people like we shouldn't tank. There was physical evidence of tanking, which has never been the case. We almost never see something this blatantly obvious. We all knew the Dolphins were taking. We just see
they literally posted on their Twitter tanking for Tua.
It's true, but nobody cared then. Now this is financial change, right?
Yeah, definitely incentivizing English. Tanking is not something that the NFL wants to get done at all. It's been a while since they've cracked down on tanking, so they really have to make their decision on whether they want to really crack down on it. And I think they're going to. I think, like you said, they're going to lose draft picks. Definitely going to get fined.
The question is, how high is that draft pick going to be? Right? Is the NFL going to do like a death penalty and take away a first rounder? or are they going to sit there and take a third rounder, fourth rounder, fifth rounder away like they always do? Right.
And the Dolphins
they took a first rounder away from New England for Deflategate, right?
Well, the Dolphins don't have a first rounder. It's Houston.
I don't think that's true. I think they still have their pick.
It's what?
I'm not sure off the top of my head, actually. I might be right.
They might have a pick, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, they can take away a future pick then.
I don't know. You're the mock draft guy.
I haven't started that yet. I probably should. Let's see. I thought they had multiple picks. No, they do not have their first round pick. They have the 49ers pick.
Yes. All right.
Well, they can take away a future first rounder, right? There could be a lot of parts there. If the NFL is willing to take away a first round pick for deflating a football,
it could be bad.
This could be
and
this could be
the
bad.
Dolphins can't spare picks right now.
No, they can't. They're in too good of a position to do that.
They're in too bad of a position. They're mediocre. That's a bad position to be.
Well, they have cap space at least.
Are they going to go out and sign Russell Wilson? Are they going to go out and trade for Aaron Rodgers?
Are they going to go trade for a prominent quarterback? Feels like a Madden name.
Yeah, I mean, they really need
Madden
a game
names
trade.
where they would put in like prominent QB.
And the reason I haven't been a huge fan of Tua is their defense is good, but it's not the best in the football. And their offense is not a good place for a quarterback to be. Let's be straight up honest. They don't have a great running game.
They have no running game.
They don't have prominent ball catchers.
No, they have two very underrated catchers in Waddle and Gesicki.
Waddle's gonna be good for them. Gesicki's that we already know what he can do.
They need a run game and a no line. It's that simple.
I don't think they have time for that. And especially, they could try to wait out the Bills in New England, but then you're waiting on a quarterback, a rookie quarterback, and their fourth year quarterback to run out of steam soon. Like that's not going to happen. Yeah, it's like they're just
that
praying
whole
for
division.
Belichick to retire.
The whole division is young, right?
Also, I just don't see. If I'm the Dolphins,
Miami is just sitting here shooting themselves in the foot. It's hilarious. And why did if they knew that, because I vaguely remember hearing about the yacht thing. I vaguely remember hearing about that. If Miami knew they had Flores had all this dirt on them, why the hell would they fire him?
I just think no one's ever had the balls to come out about it.
That's true. The NFL.
This is probably happening all over the league. I mean, let's be honest.
Jacksonville,
this is happening. Dallas.
I'm saying Jacksonville. They benched Gardner Minshew, who I love, for Mike Glennon.
Wasn't Mike Glennon also the one that did the QB sneak on 3rd and 10?
That might have been Fromm.
Really? I think it was Glennon.
Doesn't matter. That wasn't his play call. I can tell you that. I can probably.
I know. I'm just thinking about the most recent thing he's done.
He's on the Giants. That is correct. All right, but
I know he definitely had the -10. I'm pretty sure
he definitely had the -10. We have to go back and cover the racism and hiring part. I don't know whether it connects directly to this one, although I think it does connect to the Giants one at least. But it is obviously a problem, right? How do we have Robert Saleh? Tomlin, thank you.
We had Lynn.
Gone. Doesn't matter now what happened.
Not because he's a minority, because he's a shit coach.
Because he's bad. Top management. There are probably many more we're missing, but the fact that we can't think of them is the problem, right? Eric Bieniemy should have a job by now. It's been 4 years since everybody said he should get a job? Does not have a job, right? It's obviously a problem, and the NFL needs to stop pretending the Rooney Rule is the solution because it's not working.
I mean, it's the problem of every single sport, and like we're gonna go into baseball soon after this season's over, and hopefully baseball happens. Yeah, knock on wood. And talking about corrupt owners, racist owners. I mean, you think it's bad in football? Try it in baseball. Let's see what happens. No cap.
I don't know what the hell Seattle's owner just said, but that was hilariously funny.
Mariners, not Seahawks.
Sorry, Seattle. I said Seattle.
When I said no cap, I meant no cap on the money, not no cap.
No.
But I didn't. No pun intended.
Okay, sure. But yeah, no, there's a lot of racism in sports, especially at the top, just because it is such an like conservative.
Like I said, I'm not sure if I believe this is 100% racism. Like I'm not even sure if I believe it's 50% racism. I think it's just they're trying to abuse that Rooney
It's a
rule.
stupid rule.
But I do feel like that they're more likely to hire white coaches. And
yeah, they are.
I mean, think about how many effing black players there are in the NFL, and think about how many black coaches there are in the NFL. It's like the ratio.
Major positions. At major positions at coaching, right? A lot of African American. There are a lot of African American coaches that positional wise, but not as many as we'd like either.
I mean, think about major coaches. I mean, not all of them are coming from a quarterback stance. I mean, Andy Reid.
Yeah. Now, nobody's going to say Eric Reid should not have gotten a coaching job, right?
No.
Now, he's not. You cannot say he got it because he was a player. You can say that.
No, not because he was a player.
Right, and the NFL has had racism at these positions, at coaching, and at the quarterback position especially for years, right? What was the one quote about McNabb that the only reason people like him so much because the press wants a black quarterback to win an MVP? We had the quote 2 years ago with Lamar Jackson and the San Francisco reporter who said he was only good at read out because the ball blended in with the skin. Right?
White sleeves.
White sleeves next game. That was great. I love that.
I love that.
Yeah, but we've seen this stuff at every sport level. At whoever is seen as like the leader of the team is almost always put at a white guy first, and it's
Stephen A. Smith, Shohei Ohtani. Remember that?
Yes. The one I remember was the way I'm blanking out his name now. The guy who ran the Clippers forever.
Nah, I won't know that.
It was described as a plantation atmosphere. He would say like, I'm playing all these nice black men to play basketball, and it's like there's a reason the NBA kicked him out of the league. Because eventually it became public enough that they should have kicked him out way earlier.
Because the NBA can actually run a league.
Yeah, I have multiple times said Adam Silver should run all the leagues.
And China also agrees with that, Ben.
The NBA owners, I'm sure, are very happy with the job that Adam Silver's done.
I know, but so that I think this is about it.
We got through most of it, but yeah, the NFL needs to fix the Rooney Rule. I don't know what they're going to do to fix it, but it's not working. Right.
If you watch our former videos, we really like Flores as a coach, and I think he's a football first type of guy, and I think he's actually legitimately mad. And
I think he is. I'm interested to see if a team that has gotten in trouble recently, like Washington, throws an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator position at him just to like, we need some good press, please come.
What I'm worried about is I think this might make it harder for Flores to get a job.
I think it will with some places. But what I think it might do is it might, like I said, like just now with Washington, it might be some of these teams that get in trouble. They might suddenly be like, we need somebody get me some tape, and he'll read their tape, right? I think there are definitely teams, like I don't know, Jacksonville or Houston, who are desperate enough that they still might do it and be like, we need a head coach. There's a lot of teams that could use him, and
I really want Flores to go to Jacksonville. I want to see Trevor with an actual coach. I
do too. I don't want him to be. He shouldn't be in that poor situation though.
Well, I don't think Trevor's going to leave. I'm going to be honest.
Well, he's not going to. It's not a question of leaving. He's got 4 more years left on that 3 more years on that contract at a minimum. The question is, does the rest of the team there enough to win? Does Minnesota have a coach yet?
Don't look at me.
Oh no, they reached out to Jim Harbaugh.
Oh yeah, they did mention Jim Harbaugh.
I don't know why they would do that, but okay. No, but I think there are still spots for Flores to go and could succeed in, especially maybe in the next year or two we see Seattle open up, right? Other places could open up. I mean,
New Orleans is open.
New York, that's a good point.
I'm not sure you'd want to go to New Orleans.
In the process, back.
It's the fuse for the bomb is like this big, Ben. They're like 100 million over the cap.
Yeah, they are.
With
in the next few
divas
years,
everywhere.
The next
no quarterback.
We might see Carolina open up. There's a lot of attacks on that rule right now. I don't know. Houston is still open. He shouldn't have to deal with Houston though, unfortunately. That's its own problem.
Raiders are about to fire
Fire him after like a year.
No. Like right now, like they're gonna be like, we changed our mind.
We have enough bad press. We need to get Flores over here.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Or maybe, who knows? Maybe Josh McDaniels will pull out on his own and go back to New England again. Maybe do it with Indianapolis. But yeah. I mean, the NFL needs to fix the Rooney Rule. I don't know how you fix it. I don't know what the solution is.
I don't think it should be there in the first place. I think you should, like, I think
the owners aren't picking African American coaches on their own.
Yeah, but maybe you incentivize picking them up.
Full hiring
Instead
of just interviewing them. And obviously it can't be a massive incentive.
Yeah.
I think they used to have a 3rd round pick as the option, but that didn't really work either.
Or maybe if the NFL wants to do it and not be like, hey, like it could be more of like, hey, we'll pay off 2% of their contract instead of you having to do it. It could be something like that.
That would be interesting.
So like it's normal instead of just like, here's money.
Slight cap raise or something.
Well, there it's not going to the organization. There it's going straight to the coach. That's what I'm trying to say.
Straight to the owner's pocket.
Avoids.
Yeah.
The owners.
The owners love having things go to their pocket. So yeah, avoid making it about team building and making it more about just making the owner have money. But Roger Goodell is proceed, so he will do nothing. Yeah. Well, maybe. Well, I mean, he's had his hands forced now.
He's gonna spin the wheel of suspension.
He's gonna suspend Flores when he's not even on a team. I guess actually you can do that. You can.
Ray Rice, 3 days.
They suspended. I remember they suspended AB, but it didn't go into effect while he was on a team. And so he had to wait 3 games because he was like suspended. Then the wheel of mentality. But yeah. So yeah, that was kind of an emergency podcast episode there. But these are normally going to be on Mondays instead of whatever this was. But when there's breaking news, we got to get something out. Also, somehow Brady officially retiring is not the headline of the day for the NFL. What a weird season this has been.
Congrats to the GOAT.
Yeah, hell of a career, man. I mean,
I could have done it better though. Definitely.
Nah, real Iron Man Frank Gore. The man did it as a running back.
He's coming back. I'm telling you.
He's gonna go to the Buccaneers.
50 years old. He's coming back.
He's gonna play his quarterback. He can play his quarterback for the Buccaneers. No question how that works. Frank Gore, quarterback.
Yep.
So we get Kyle Trask, or maybe we get someone in the draft. Maybe Aaron Rodgers, possibly. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, we're talking about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo's getting traded, right?
He expects to be. Maybe that'd be so weird. He gets to be the replacement for Tom Brady.
He's going to Green Bay.
No, he's going to New Orleans. They need more mediocre quarterback play.
It's gonna be like the Stafford trade. Just a shitload.
Garoppolo and a 1st rounder for Rodgers.
No, Garoppolo and like 3 1st rounders.
Rodgers' contract's only 1 year. Although he probably would sign a long-term deal. Although at the age of 38, how long-term can you go? Final fact of the day.
We said about Brady.
That's true. Final fact of the day. With Brady retiring, the oldest active quarterback in the NFL is Ryan Fitzpatrick, because we love the NFL.
Yay.
Woo. Ryan Fitzmagic. All right, that is all for today, and hopefully we don't have to do another one of these massive episodes until Monday. But yeah. Oh, check out this on the podcast, although it'll be the same information. Continue to look at us on Instagram, because
you have a podcast?
We use the audio thing and put it into the RSS and the Spotify.
No.
Wow, you don't listen to me at all, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay. You were literally sitting on the beanbag over there, and I was telling you this.
Oh, I was in the middle of a game. I wasn't listening.
But yeah, it's on Spotify. It's the Ben Talk Sports Podcast. If you can't normally watch the long YouTube video, it'll be available there. Don't crash your car while you're doing that. Just don't do that.
I'm sure we're laugh out loud hilarious.
Woo! No, I meant don't be trying to click on it while you're in the car. No one knows how driving works. What?
What car do?
What's the dog doing?
What the dog doing?